Deserts, vast, silent, and seemingly devoid of life. These are some of the most extreme environments on our planet, where the sun beats down relentlessly and rain may not fall for years. Temperatures can soar to scorching highs by day and plummet to freezing lows by night. In this unforgiving landscape, one resource is more precious than any other: water. For the creatures that call these arid lands home, the struggle to find and conserve every single drop is a constant defining battle for existence. It is a challenge that has pushed evolution to its most ingenious and at times most bizarre limits. To survive where water is so scarce requires more than just endurance. It demands extraordinary adaptations, unique strategies honed over millions of years. Some animals have developed physiological marvels, altering their very bodies to minimize their need for water. Others have perfected behaviors that seem almost magical, harvesting moisture from the air itself. These are not just simple tricks, they are masterclasses in survival, showcasing the sheer, unyielding power of nature to find a way, even in the most hostile of places. We will journey into these sun-scorched realms to witness these incredible feats firsthand. From a beetle that drinks the morning fog, to a lizard with skin that acts like a network of straws, and a gazelle that can shrink its own organs. We will explore the hidden world of desert dwellers and uncover the remarkable and often bizarre innovations that allow them to thrive. These are the stories of the ultimate survivors, the true masters of the desert, and their extraordinary relationship with water. Here in the ancient Namib Desert of southern Africa, a landscape sculpted by wind and time, lives a small, unassuming insect with a truly remarkable talent. This is the Namib Desert Beetle. Each morning, before the sun rises to its punishing zenith, a precious, life-giving fog rolls in from the cold Atlantic Ocean. For most, it is merely a transient mist, but for this beetle, it is a lifeline. It is a daily appointment with survival, and the beetle cannot afford to be late for its drink. Driven by an instinct perfected over countless generations, the beetle emerges from its shelter in the sand. It scuttles to the crest of a dune, positioning itself to face the oncoming breeze. Then, it performs a unique and vital ritual. It lowers its head and raises its abdomen, a posture that looks almost like a handstand. This specific angle is no accident. It is the key to its survival. The beetle's back, its elytra, is a masterpiece of natural engineering, covered in a pattern of microscopic bumps and waxy troughs. As the moisture-laden fog drifts over the beetle's exposed back, tiny droplets of water begin to condense on these hydrophilic or water-attracting bumps. As more and more moisture collects, the droplets grow, coalesce, and become heavy enough to overcome surface tension. They then roll down the beetle's back, channeled by the smooth, waxy, hydrophobic grooves directly towards its mouthparts. With this incredible self-irrigating system, the beetle can drink its fill in a world where standing water is virtually non-existent. In the arid scrublands and deserts of Australia, we find a reptile that looks as fierce as its environment. This is the thorny devil. Its body is covered in an intimidating array of conical spikes, a formidable defense against predators. But this extraordinary armor serves a dual purpose, one that is crucial for its survival in a parched land. Its entire skin is a complex hygroscopic water collection system, a network of microscopic channels that defies belief. It is, in essence, a creature dressed in living blotting paper. These tiny grooves run between the scales, covering its entire body from the tip of its tail to the top of its head. This intricate network has a powerful secret capillary action. When the thorny devil encounters any source of moisture, be it the morning dew, the dampness from a puddle after a rare shower, or even just humid sand, the water is drawn into these channels. It doesn't need to find a pool of water to drink from, it can simply stand in one or even brush against a dew-covered plant. The water is then wicked along this labyrinth of grooves, moving against gravity, all converging towards one destination, the corners of its mouth. The lizard need only stand still and let its skin do the work. Once the water reaches its lips, it can gulp it down, drinking without ever lowering its head. This adaptation allows the thorny devil to exploit every last trace of moisture in its environment, turning its own body into a passive, highly efficient water harvesting machine. The vast, searing deserts of the Arabian Peninsula are home to an animal of remarkable grace and even more remarkable endurance, the sand gazelle, or reem. These elegant antelopes are masters of water conservation, able to survive for long periods without drinking, sourcing most of their moisture from the plants they eat. But when conditions become truly extreme, when even the desert vegetation withers under the relentless sun, the gazelle resorts to a physiological strategy that is nothing short of astonishing. To survive prolonged drought, the sand gazelle can actively shrink some of its most metabolically active internal organs. Its heart and liver, organs that consume a great deal of energy and by extension water, can reduce in size by a significant margin. This incredible feat of self-regulation lowers the gazelle's overall metabolic rate, drastically reducing its body's demand for oxygen and most critically for water. It is a state of controlled internal austerity, a biological shutdown to weather the harshest of times. This is not simply a loss of weight. It is a targeted, reversible adaptation. It's a way of entering a state of partial hibernation while remaining fully active and alert to the dangers of the desert. By shrinking these vital organs, the gazelle minimizes water loss through respiration and metabolic processes, allowing it to stretch its precious internal reserves further than would otherwise be possible. When the rains eventually return and food becomes plentiful again, the organs will grow back to their normal size, ready for a time of plenty. Across the arid landscapes of North America, a tiny nocturnal mammal has perfected a life almost entirely free from the need to drink. This is the kangaroo rat. It is an animal so exquisitely adapted to its dry environment that it may live its entire life without ever taking a single sip of water. Its survival depends not on finding water but on creating it. It is a master of metabolic alchemy, transforming the driest of foods into the elixir of life. The kangaroo rat's diet consists almost exclusively of dry seeds, which it gathers at night and stores in its cool, humid burrow. These seeds appear to contain no water at all, but the kangaroo rat holds the key to unlocking their hidden potential. Through the process of metabolic oxidation, as its body breaks down the carbohydrates in the seeds to produce energy, a crucial byproduct is formed: water. This metabolic water is sufficient to supply nearly all of its needs. To ensure not a single drop of this precious self-made water is wasted, the kangaroo rat has evolved a suite of complementary adaptations. Its kidneys are extraordinarily efficient, producing highly concentrated urine to minimize water loss. It has no sweat glands, and it spends the hot days sealed in its relatively cool, humid burrow, reducing moisture loss from respiration. By combining this frugal lifestyle with its ability to manufacture water from food, the kangaroo rat thrives where others would perish from thirst. In the deserts of North America, a different kind of survival story unfolds, one of extreme patience and a deep connection with the earth itself. The desert spadefoot toad leads a life of two starkly contrasting chapters. For most of the year, sometimes for several years at a time, it is nowhere to be seen. It has vanished, entombed in a self-made prison deep beneath the baked, cracked soil, waiting for a signal that may not come for a very long time. When the dry season takes hold, the toad uses the sharp, spade-like protrusions on its hind feet to dig backwards, burrowing deep into the ground where the soil holds a trace of coolness and moisture. Once it reaches a sufficient depth, it enters a state of estivation, a form of dormancy similar to hibernation. It sheds several layers of its skin, which form a watertight cocoon around its body, preventing almost all moisture loss. In this death-like trance, its metabolism slows to a crawl, and it waits. Its survival hinges entirely on the arrival of rain. When a heavy downpour finally soaks the earth, the vibrations and the seeping moisture awaken the toad. It breaks free from its cocoon and digs its way to the surface. Now its skin becomes its greatest asset. It possesses a highly permeable pelvic patch, a specialized area of skin on its underside, through which it can rapidly absorb vast quantities of water directly from the damp soil and puddles. This frantic rehydration is vital, for it must feed, mate, and lay its eggs before the desert once again reclaims the land. From the fog-basking beetle on the dunes of the Namib to the patient toad buried deep beneath the American soil, we have witnessed the staggering ingenuity of life in the face of extreme adversity. These animals are not merely surviving, they are thriving thanks to adaptations that are as bizarre as they are brilliant. The thorny devil's channeled skin, the gazelle's shrinking organs, and the kangaroo rat's internal alchemy are all powerful testaments to the relentless pressure of evolution. In the desert, where water is the currency of life, these creatures have become the ultimate masters of its economy. Their strategies reveal a fundamental truth about the natural world. Where there is a challenge, life will innovate. The desert is not an empty wasteland, but a complex stage upon which these incredible dramas of survival play out every single day. Each unique adaptation is a chapter in an epic story of endurance, a story written over millennia in the language of genetics and behavior. They remind us that even in the harshest corners of our planet, life persists with breathtaking creativity and resilience. These stories of survival are a profound source of wonder, showcasing the delicate and intricate balance that allows life to flourish against all odds. The desert demands respect, and its inhabitants our deepest admiration. We have only explored a few of these remarkable creatures today. The deserts of the world hold many more secrets. What is your favorite desert animal and its unique survival trick? Share your thoughts in the comments below. I would be fascinated to read them.